With more than years of waiting on the sidelines, the long-awaited American icon, more excellent than the Z06 in build and power, rumored to be elevating mind-blowing outputs that will by far put Lambos and Ferraris in a veil clear off the top, the 2025 ZR1 Corvette is here, and it's not going to take it easy. We will cover everything we know about this car as of date, the reveal it made on the streets, and an idea of the price to expect when it gets to dealers. Let's dive in right away. So for most Corvette fans, it is common knowledge that Chevrolet's Corvette was birthed exactly 70 years ago, and since then there have been a lot of long-time dreams fulfilled, from the making of the 8th iteration of the iconic nameplate transforming the Vette into a proper European mid-engine sports killer, to the C8 Stingray being the first mid-engine Corvette sports car produced by GM's subsidiary, to the achievement of a world record FPC credential with the Z06 on power, to the introduction of the E-Ray model as the first hybrid Corvette with the inaugural electric AWD model version. But what could possibly come next? Certainly all this is never enough for true die-hard fans of the Corvette. Well, no more need for pondering, because the rumor mill just went crazy a few days ago after the first sightings of the fully camouflaged 2025 ZR1 Corvette prototypes. But that's not the best part. Chevy engineers didn't just bring the C8 Corvette ZR1 prototypes around Detroit. Tagging along with them were several nice companies. In fact, specifically, a number of Corvette Z06 and a Porsche 911 GT2R supercar were among the spied convoy accompanying all of them. Now what exactly will the new ZR1 offer in the hood? Of course, we have to expect that Chevrolet's legendary sport car is about to get a lot fiercer than it already is. The 670 horsepower Z06 engine, which was motivated by a naturally aspirated 5.5-liter V8 engine, is getting an upstage that could improve further the absurdly fast 0 to 60 miles per hour attainment times even more lightning lap times on the new ZR1. This would be possible with the introduction of an LT7 V8, which is a fruition of the Z06's beastly rev-happy LT6 DOHC 5.5-liter engine, but as well rocking some incredible turbos to achieve 850 horsepower as output. In fact, we predict it should rip to 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds. Amazing, right? But that's not all. An even more powerful hybridized model, with an electric motor boosting the Corvette to a 1,000 horsepower mark, is also expected to arrive in 2026. You just can't beat GM's ingenuity. By the way, I want to especially thank everyone that's part of our community or who frequently watches this channel so much for helping us reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. This is where we bring all the value we can gather on your favorite car brands. So if you haven't yet subscribed, take a second to do just that and keep more news like this one coming your way. Alright, let's get back to it. Moving on now, we want to discuss a bit more on the aesthetics of this car. What exactly does the car look like? Although famous for taking pride in concealing their car's design with thick camouflage, we can still deduce what this car could look like when it finally gets to the streets. And it's all thanks to Peter Chilelli of Fast Pixels, who again was on point in presenting his renderings of this new car. His renderings are known to be remarkably a mix of the truth and what the future might actually hold. Featuring an orange and black exterior color, the attempt to see what's under the camouflage of the ZR1 led to a C8 Corvette that's far closer than ever to the track-only C8.R. Peter even went on to share his thoughts on some of the highlights on the forum, pointing out the pass-through frunk, the new air divider, longer and elongated splitter, fresh wheels, and the bespoke badging. Will there finally get to be an update to the frunk, which gets to integrate some of the design elements on the Z06 GT3R into this new car? Given that the GT3R was most likely the most recent C8 model to be intensively evaluated in a wind tunnel, it's possible that lessons learned there will be integrated in future updates via tried and true track to street technology transfer. Whatever's the case, we know that Chevy will not disappoint and give their fans enough design quality, exactly as all performance cars should be, with wide stands to aid the cars hold the road and the front and rear spoilers to help in the grip. Lightweight materials could also be used to reduce the car's weight, which is typical of Corvettes and is as well expected to be featured in the coming ZR1 and ZR Corvette models. This in turn aiding in the repelling of wind resistance and maximization of wind downforce to propel the car to brand new speeds. Of course, the new Vette will still continue as a two-seat sports car, leaving the job of adding second rows to the soon-to-come Corvette SUV. The interior seats are expected to continue its tradition of leather trims and dashboard, plus the addition of imitation suede accents, finely stitched headliners, real metal trim, plush carpeting, and a large reconfigurable gauge display. The infotainment is expected to be an easy-to-use center that will be compatible with both Android and Apple products, responding quickly to any commands that you think necessary to give it. What a combination of performance and luxury. But all these will come for a reasonable price, of course, which then leads us to how much this car will probably cost in the dealerships. The 2025 ZR1 Corvette will start around the $150,000 estimated price point at the dealerships. It may be offered with more extreme packages like the Z07 track style package, which may upscale the price, but until it gets closer to the on-sale date, we can only make an educated guess. But imagine if a Corvette that could, as statistics show, actually surpass any extreme 911 GT3 RS Porsche is currently working on actually came to the streets. Crazy, right? But this is no myth, as it actually exists in the ZR1. Watch this next to find all the details.